everybody. I'm Pam from the nonfiction department here at the Hoover Library. I coordinate a book group called Insatiable Readers, and we meet one Saturday morning of each month to talk about books, specifically nonfiction books. We also talk about things that are going on in the library and all kinds of fun bookish news that people would like to share. What we do is each month we have a certain topic, and I present several books on that topic. I try to stick to books that are newer, that have been published within the past couple of years, but I also bring in older books that you might have misseen so that you can find some great things to add to your reading list and always have something to read ready to go. Some of our topics since we started the group in 2017 have been armchair travel, favorite sports, popular science, extraordinary lives. This year so far we have talked about the Roaring Twenties, we've done art and artist, and last month we talked about war. So we do all sorts of nonfiction topics, and we try to do something for everybody. Since we are all looking for things to do right now, and you may have a bit more time to read, I thought that you might like to get a taste of what Insatiable Readers is all about. Each book that we talk about today on this video is available in ebook format, and you can check it out from our library. If you would like more suggestions, I hope that you will sign up for our Insatiable Readers newsletter. This newsletter comes out after each Insatiable Readers session and includes all of the books that we talk about with summaries and links back to the online library catalog so that you can put them on reserve. It also has interesting articles or things that we talked about in the session. The link for that for the newsletter is below as well. I would also like to invite all of you to join us in person when we are able to get back together again. Just keep an eye on the library calendar and it will tell you when and where we are meeting and what our topic for that month is. Now, on to our books for today. These books are from the December 2019 session, which was called Delicious History. The first book that I'm going to share today is one of my all-time favorites, and I'm so glad that it is available in ebook format so that we can talk about it. It is the Potlikker Papers by John T. Edge, and it was published in May of 2017. Mr. Edge is the director of the Southern Foodways Alliance at Ole Miss. He is also an author of numerous nonfiction books and also many different articles. He's one of the editors of Garden and Gun magazine, and he also hosts the television show on SEC Network called True South. And if you have not seen this show, try to find it. It's really good. The Potlikker Papers was named a best book of 2017 by both Publishers Weekly and NPR, and it tells the story of food and politics in the South over the last 50 years. So first, a definition. Potlikker is a salvage food. It is the liquid left in a pot after cooking something. Specifically, it is the liquid left in a pot after cooking greens like turnip greens or collard greens. And in the Potlikker Papers, Mr. Edge demonstrates how Southern foods like Potlikker have both changed the culture of the South and have taken on new meanings through the years. He traces the South's history through a food lens, highlighting things like the pivotal role of cooks in restaurants in the civil rights movement, the growing immigrant population of the South and how it has changed the culture and the food. He also talks about the shift from rural to urban and the effect that that has had. Mr. Mr. Edge's book is an accessible history of the modern South told through its food. It is funny and it is interesting, and I highly recommend it. Now, if you would like a little bit more on the history of Potlikker, It's a Southern Thing has done a pretty funny and interesting article on it, and the link to that is in the description below as well. Now, on to our next book. What She Ate by Laura Shapiro was published in July of 2017. Laura Shapiro was an award-winning writer for several years at Newsweek magazine. She has also written articles for Rolling Stone and for Gourmet. She has authored several books, including a biography of Julia Child that was part of the Penguin Lives series. What She Ate was named a Washington Post Notable Nonfiction Book of the Year, and it was also included in NPR's Concierge Guide to the Year's Great Reads. NPR each year does the Concierge Guide, and it is an online book recommendation tool. They take fiction and nonfiction and young adult and children's and adult and of all of the best books of the year, and they list them in this way that you can search by topic or audience, and it's really neat. You should check it out if you haven't seen it, and I will link it below as well. So everybody eats, and food touches on every aspect of our lives, from social to cultural, personal to political. Yet most biographers don't pay a whole lot of attention to it, or to people's attitudes towards foods. Miss Shapiro sets out to change that in this book, and she highlights 6 different women and looks at their lives through a food lens. She includes in this book Dorothy Wordsworth, who was the sister of the famous poet William Wordsworth. She talks about Rosa Lewis, who was an Edwardian-era cook and owner of London's Cavendish Hotel. It is said that she cooked her way up the social ladder. She highlights Eleanor Roosevelt, First Lady and activist, and as we find out in this book, a thorough defender and protector of perhaps the worst cook in White House history. She writes about Eva Braun, Hitler's mistress. She talks about Barbara Pym, the novelist, whose books take aim at all kinds of stereotypes about post-war British cuisine. And finally, she gives us a look at Helen Gurley Brown, the editor of Cosmopolitan, whose commitment to having it all meant eating almost nothing except diet gelatin. So I hope that y'all have enjoyed this look into Insatiable Readers and into delicious history. If one or both of these books sound interesting, you can check out the ebook from the library. The links are listed below. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you soon with some more book suggestions. Have a great day, take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye.